And we are live, somewhat recording. Hey, everybody, this is Luis Diaz. I'm joined by Michelle and Jason for our SummerSlam
Hey,
predictions.
how's it going?
Pretty good, man. It's gonna be hopefully a exciting card. Hopefully, a lot of angles go down because I'm not too excited for the matches. I'll be honest, but I'm hoping for some really good angles.
Yeah, but well, it's a bit disappointing how SummerSlam sort of coming to an end now with their storylines. Usually, we've got maybe 2 months of storylines closing with SummerSlam, if that makes much sense.
Yeah, I feel like this is a pay per view that's kind of opening up storylines rather than closing, right?
I
Which
agree.
which is different.
Absolutely.
Which is definitely different. Maybe I'm just not used to it, so I don't want to hate it yet.
Nobody likes a hater.
Oh, if Tim was here.
Yeah, Louis been getting some of that heel heat.
I
Big
know he's
time.
been hijacking my posts. I'm like,
Yeah,
whoa, what's going on?
yeah.
All right, Michelle, you want to kick it off? In no particular order, it doesn't matter.
Okay. The first match I have listed is Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE SmackDown Championship.
Oh my God. So as much as I would love Kofi to lose, I don't see him losing. So I'm going with Kofi Kingston on this one. How about
What
you,
about you,
Jason?
Jason?
I've kind of got to agree with you on that. I don't see Kofi losing to this match anytime soon. The only reason I would see him losing if WWE really wants to push Orton back to the top to keep him in WWE for the next 5 years. Because
It seems
they
like a
need to push him
possibility.
hard. Sorry?
It seems like a possibility that they're probably doing that because Orton isn't shy to speak out about anything on social media. So he's liking AEW stuff and retweeting it. So it's just like it's just I don't know. He's definitely probably using it against Vince because that's one of his
Absolutely.
biggest money makers.
He's a
So
businessman. He's smart. Orton's smart. He's
yeah,
been around for a long time. So this
yeah.
all could be a ploy to just say, give me the more do me, basically.
So Michelle, what say you?
As much as I would love to see Randy Orton have a really good title run, I don't think that Kofi can lose this match. Just because of the storyline and
Yeah.
everything building up to it. Um, Kofi needs this win to prove that he is ready and that he's earned it and he's worthy of the belt. And to give it to Randy Orton right now would delegitimize Kofi's reign.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. It would prove everything right that Randy
Right.
said. So
Right.
it as much as I think a lot of hearts want to see Randy Orton win, the smartest thing is to go with Kofi.
Right.
Well, let me ask, before we go into any matches and stuff, what pay-per-view could you see Kofi losing the belt? If not WrestleMania, obviously.
Um, I would like for him to lose it at the Elimination Chamber because you can pull off a lot of good stuff there.
Oh, that would be
Or
good.
That would be good, yeah.
like the year John Cena lost, I was so geeked right now. I was like, oh my god, okay, this is a match now. So
It
that's
would
why I
be,
love.
to be fair, it would be fitting as well, because that's where Kofi got his big hype from. If
Yeah, yeah,
we all
that's
remember last year, yeah. So if he loses the Elimination Chamber, that could be a very big storyline afterwards going
man.
into it.
Let's see. I I don't want Kofi as champ, but I'm excited. I'm not excited. I'm just curious to see what's gonna happen once they take the belt off him. Like if they're gonna push him back off to the side, or is he gonna You know, is he gonna always be in that main event picture from now on, or is it, just give him that one good
Right.
run? Hopefully, he wins multiple championships, but not right now. I need to see somebody else.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now, who would you like to see him lose the
I,
belt to?
I would
Big
want.
A.
I really wanted to see Samoa Joe. Really, so bad that man has lost every single main event title picture he's been going for. Besides,
I would
not counting NXT.
I would agree completely, except for they're taking a babyface turn. So, and I don't really would understand why would they go with the babyface to another babyface if they do that sort of thing. If it has to be another heel, I would have to go with Big E. Have him turn on Kofi at Elimination Chamber.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Okay. That would be
Yeah.
interesting. I don't know if they're going to go in that direction. It looks like they
Man,
want
that's
to
that's
kind of
tough.
keep the New Day together.
That's a tough
Um,
one. It
yeah,
makes sense on both sides to keep them together and to split them up. But
right,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
big, the X factor is Big E because you can't imagine Xavier Woods turning on him. It doesn't fit him because
right.
Big E was a heel once upon a time.
Yeah.
A pretty good one actually.
Yeah, he did very well with Dolph Ziggler.
Oh
Very
yeah.
well. Uh,
All
him and
right.
AJ. Sorry, yeah. Shall we move
So
on?
I lost my pen. I had a pen. I need to check these matches off. Let's go with AJ Styles and Ricochet. I think this is probably sorry. I think this one's probably gonna be the wrestling match, like technical wrestling match of the night. This one's gonna put on the best show,
Yes.
and I think I'm going to go with a AJ Styles retention with some
Yeah.
help with the OC.
To me, it may be probably one of the best matches of the night, but it's probably the least interesting in my opinion. Just because
Yeah,
we've seen the match so many times already on Raw, that what can they do next that will actually will surprise us, in my opinion. And again, as you said, I'll go with AJ for the win on this one. You got to push the originals, the OC.
yeah.
Yeah. What about
I agree
yourself, Michelle?
completely. I agree
Yeah.
completely. I think that it's going to be the best match of the night. I do agree that it is. I don't have a lot of interest in it because we've seen it so many times. But
Mhm.
they're great in the ring together. So it's going to be a great match. But I think AJ needs to retain the belt to keep the heel storyline, the heel stable storyline going.
Yeah, it's like Rey
That is, yeah.
Mysterio and Andrade. We don't mind seeing them wrestle, even though
Exactly.
there's no reason for it.
Yeah,
Nice.
that is
We're
true.
two for two so far. We're all agreeing on this. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. Go ahead, Jason. You want to pick a match?
I'm gonna go with the matches. Wasn't interesting at first, but it's starting to be a little bit because of their final match in WWE, and that's obviously Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair. Uh, I was a bit iffy with this match because I just didn't really want to see Charlotte get put over yet again for the 100th time. But with Trish Stratus coming into her final match at WWE, I'm a bit conflicted on who's going to win this one. Will she win her final match of her career, or will Charlotte, get the pin on her? That's what's going through my mind. I'll go with
I
yeah.
go ahead. What do you think? Who do you? Uh, sorry. I
I
really
was just
think
going to bring it to you anyway. Yeah, go ahead.
I really think Charlotte is gonna come out with a victory. Um, and I honestly think she's gonna be her clean. I think she's gonna. It's gonna. Trish is gonna take over at one point, but I think the story of the match will be the entire time Charlotte is gonna be dominating. Trish got lucky, almost lost, and she probably sneaks in the figure eight or something, you know. But
Yeah,
I think Charlotte's gonna come out with the victory on that. I can't believe I didn't have that written down. That's how much I care about the match, I guess.
Yeah. What about yourself, Michelle?
If Trish loses to put Charlotte over, I think it would be more of a passing of the torch from the old school to the new school,
Yeah.
which seems to be the direction that WWE is kind of going in right now. The nostalgia side of me would love to see Trish win, especially in her home country. Her final match, maybe they will go with the storyline that Trish wins. And I don't know, did she ever really announce her retirement in the past?
No, but
No,
I think
never.
Uncle Dave is reporting that it's supposed to be her last match, but
Yeah, I mean,
she still got it.
I could see Trish winning just to retire, but I have the sneaking suspicion that Charlotte's going to win.
Oh yeah, I think all the fans want to see her win too.
Yeah, if this was under all elite rules, I would love to see this match go to a draw. Just to have them fight out like there's no tomorrow. But unfortunately, we're in the WWE world where you don't get many draws anymore. So I've got to go back to, as these guys both said, Charlotte. I would love, again, as you mentioned, Michelle, I would love to see Trish Stratus just win her final match and get the heroes clap from everybody. Maybe a couple of streamers from the crowds, but unfortunately, I see Charlotte getting the win. As you said, is passing on the torch, and yeah, I think Charlotte for the win.
Nice. I mean, it just makes sense to me. But I mean, if I can keep Trish in WWE, I guess for one more or two more matches, I just want to see her and Bailey go at it, and I kind of want to see her and Sasha go at it, even though Sasha went AWOL, no, she's nowhere to be found.
Mm.
Man, I think I just saw. I scrolled past a video of somebody, I guess, commenting on. Oh, I think it was Becky Lynch that was commenting on Sasha Banks' disappearance, but I didn't really click on it, so I'm gonna check that out.
Cool.
All right, next I have. Speaking of Becky, let's just go with Becky Lynch and Natalya. This is gonna be the I guess the tiebreaker. This is where we're all going at it. Their review about this one.
Yeah.
I'm going with Becky because it's Becky. Becky best in business.
What is her finisher called again? What's her finisher called again? The submission move? Becky's?
Becky, the disarm her.
Disarm her.
What's
So
that new slam? The man slam? Something like that? Forgot what she called it.
So you got the Sama versus what the what's wrong with me?
The figure four.
Thank you. The figure four log. So essentially, you got a Legends basically finisher versus a new upcoming finisher basically, and I feel like the fans will get upset either way this goes. Like, let's say if Becky wins, they'll get upset because she didn't tap out to the lock, and then but you got the diehard Canadian fans getting upset. Sorry, the American fans getting upset if Natalya wins. Mm-hmm. So it and then you got to put into that point where you might even have Ronda Rousey come in as well out of nowhere for SummerSlam, have her big return. So it's really a 50-50 chance of who's going to win here. It's very hard to predict who's going to win. I would love to see a Natalya win and then maybe have down the line Natalya versus Ronda Rousey fight it out, maybe at Extreme Rules or somewhere if she doesn't return. But if she doesn't return, I unfortunately got to give this one to Becky Lynch, to be fair. Becky Lynch would be the clear winner, in my opinion. What about you guys?
Yeah, Becky.
As much as I love Natty. I think that she deserves a title run. I'd really love to see her win the title, but I kind of want to see another Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah,
I think that it really fits with what's going on. It fits with Paul Heyman. It fits with the storylines that and the direction that they seem to be going in now. And I think it would really shake things up, and it would give Natty a chance to maybe have some really good matches, remind everybody of what a good wrestler she is, because she hasn't really been wrestling a lot.
Yeah, I like her wrestling. She's pretty strong.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Becky and another Montreal Screwjob.
Nice.
The funny thing is, what I've heard in reports is that both Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff are supposed to get more control after SummerSlam. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Paul Heyman's hands all over it this for this match indeed. For it, because it is a Royal Women's match, obviously, so it's his brand. So I can simply see it like a Montreal screw job. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, not a bad idea, to be fair.
Yeah,
I can see that happen.
Paul can pull something out of him. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Vince is making Eric look bad. He's making me believe Michelle more and more every week. Because I'm like, man, why is he rewriting it every week and it's only SmackDown?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
you know what they say, perfect Paul. He's great.
All right, what do you guys got next?
I'll let you go, Michelle.
How about The Fiend versus Balor?
Ooh. Are we gonna see the Demon? Is the big question. Because Finn Balor hasn't really posted any. He's just as cryptic as Bray Wyatt on social media. He doesn't really post anything anymore, and we haven't really seen Finn on TV to cut promos. We just see video recaps. So I think I'm gonna predict that the Fiend is just gonna what is a squash match against a regular Finn Balor, and
a 20-second match.
Yeah, because I mean, unless we get the Demon, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, but I wouldn't doubt WWE would just just to get the pop, and you won't really announce it, just kind of let it be organic. That'd be nice too, but as of right now, I'm just gonna go by that. I'm just gonna go with the Fiend's gonna win regardless, but quick 20-second match if it's just regular Finn Balor.
I'll tell you this, if I was just a normal casual fan and I just turned on Raw maybe 2 weeks ago and thought, you know what, let me check out a WWE pay-per-view, which is SummerSlam this week, I wouldn't even know if who the heck the thing would be fighting against. Honestly, as a casual fan watching it, don't get me wrong, I'm a diehard fan, I'll watch it every week. But if you're a casual fan, you wouldn't even know who the heck the Fiend is actually going for SummerSlam. I felt like, okay, sure. He came out in his debut and he he pretty much squashed Finn Balor right there on the spot. But then you get all these other opponents like Kurt Angle, Mick Foley, and other people coming out as well with him demolishing him. And it's like, okay, he demolished this person, demolished that person, and he demolished this person. But okay, so what makes it specific that he is going after Finn Balor at SummerSlam if he only went after him once and went after everybody else once? I personally, I wanted to see more from anything, like more promos from Finn Balor or more promos from The Fiend. Something to entice me a bit more. Right now, yes, he's the most interesting guy in WWE right now, but I believe the storyline is very, very weak. To get me really excited, they need to do a special maybe entrance for him, something different that we have never seen, and maybe even show us a different move we haven't seen from Bray Wyatt either. A move and an entrance will get me back up to the Bray Wyatt hype train again, if that makes much sense. Because right now it's starting to just drop down a little bit, and that's my personal opinion. But yeah, look, Michelle, what do you think about all this?
I agree. It's kind of an odd match. And the storyline that they've been doing with the Fiend after Balor doesn't really coincide. He's going after legends. And when he did the Mandible Claw against Mick Foley, that made sense. But then when he went after Kurt Angle, he did the Mandible Claw again and not Kurt Angle's move. So it was kind of weird.
I would have loved to see the ankle lock or the ankle slam.
Yes. Exactly. That to me would have made a little bit more sense. I know that the Fiend is not supposed to make sense, but storyline wise, I would have liked to see a little bit more fluidity. I think it's obvious that the Fiend has to go over to build him up all this time just to have him lose, especially against Finn Balor. Would be a huge mistake. I don't think we're going to see the Demon yet. I think that it's just going to be Balor, that he'll lose. There's rumors that he wants to take some time off, and maybe when he comes back, then do a feud again with the Fiend as the Demon.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
And maybe keep the Demon streak alive, or you think the Fiend should be the one to end it?
Originally I was thinking the Fiend versus the Demon and have the Fiend end the strike. But then they kind of geared away from that and they stopped doing the storyline with the Fiend and Balor and went to Mick Foley and Kurt Angle. So I'm thinking that we're not going to see the Demon.
That's going to be interesting to find out. Because I'm really looking forward to that match just because I'm just popping. I'm being a mark for Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor. Two almost.
I'm definitely marking out for Bray Wyatt.
Absolutely.
I don't think you can help it. I'm going to go with the next match being Shane McMahon against Kevin Owens. And only Kevin Owens quit match. Did Shane never accepted the stipulation, right? He kind of just brushed it off and started whooping his ass.
He said, absolutely not.
Oh, man, that pissed me off. I'm going with Kevin Owens. No way do I want Shane McMahon to win. But wait, that's me speaking without thinking. So I'm going to stick with Kevin Owens, but I guess I'm in a fantasy book. The only way I see Shane McMahon winning would be if they somehow build the storyline for Survivor Series, and like we were talking about in our recent review, do the original Survivor Series lineup and just have all these crazy dream matches,
Yeah.
So they'll be so much better that way. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Kevin Owens. I think they're going to just do a regular match for some reason. It's just going to go, I guess, clean and maybe write off Shane McMahon. Maybe, I don't know. This match is a little unpredictable for me, but I'm going to stick with Kevin Owens.
Yeah, look, they can't make the same. Sorry, they can't do the same mistake they did with Shane McMahon versus The Miz. Where every pay-per-view, essentially, you had Shane McMahon win, and you essentially buried the Miz right there and then. Kevin Owens, they're trying to build up now. They're trying to make him essentially the new Stone Cold. We're obviously giving them Steiner, all the promo work he's been doing. If they really want to step him up, he'll beat Shane McMahon and Shane will just go away for a little bit, to be fair. And essentially, there's not much to it to be said. Essentially, that's it. What about yourself, Michelle?
I'm going to go with Shane McMahon. I think that Kevin Owens will lose. He will quit. And kind of feed into this Stone Cold Part 2 persona that they've got going for him. I think that they will kind of rehash the Sting Cena story when they had them fight to get forget who to have him rehired. I think it's the I Got Kids guy.
Forgot
him rehired. Right?
Kevin's gonna forget his name.
Zach Ryder? No.
Oh my god. We're the worst. How do we fix
Slater?
I got kids. Vince.
Heath Slater,
Slater, yes,
Heath
Slater.
Slater.
So I think it's going to
damn
be one of those. I think that someone that's anti-Shane will go up against Shane and fight to get Kevin Owens back, and that will build up to the Survivor Series storyline.
Probably Ali. I wouldn't mind Ali in that situation. I don't even like Ali, but I wouldn't mind Ali in that situation. Since he wants to be Mr. Save people and then lose, you know? Have him
I'd like to see it be Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews. Or yeah, that too. That would make sense with the whole Drew McIntyre stuff that's been going on with him in the past. And yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, well, I can't see Sami Zayn doing it anytime soon. So yeah, it needs to be someone like Ali or yeah.
Man, Sami Zayn's a whole nother
Yeah.
conversation, man. What that's
This will give Sami Zayn, because he seems to have kind of like, he was hot and now he seems to be going down a little bit. So I think this will give him a boost. He can come out, give him some new stuff to rant about, and make him a little more exciting again.
Have you noticed that he's appearing a lot more on SmackDown, but yet he's never been on Raw in the past, 3 months? And they keep showing him as a Raw superstar?
ever since he said the AEW comment, he hasn't been on Raw. Vince is like, whoa, too much publicity. You gotta stop that.
I heard always the rumors that Vince McMahon was using Sami Zayn to be his sort of voice to the people. If that makes much sense.
I mean, he is one hell of a promo, so it would work.
I can see it being a little bit of both. A little bit, that's how Sammy feels. But they seem to be really getting people on, the fans have different views and they're trying to get the superstars to voice both sides and use that in their storylines, which is great because it keeps the fans involved.
Nice.
Absolutely. A little bit more unpredictability is always good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's the next match you guys got listed? I have like 3 matches left. I for some reason I think I'm missing one.
How about we go with the? Sorry.
Go ahead.
How about we go with the big one? What about if we go with the big one? Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins.
Brock
We'll make that last.
I'm going with Brock.
Unfortunately, we need to agree. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see. You got to think about the money side now. He's gonna cash in and lose after a month. No way. But Seth Rollins' credibility is gonna go so much. He's done. They're burying him right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what else what else is he gonna do? How many? He's gonna be another Roman. He lost how many times? Yeah, he lost how many times? Gosh.
Yeah.
You see his promo saying, he'll be at SummerSlam? Nobody made a noise. Nobody made a noise.
No
like, you didn't get a big chop, nothing. Nobody gave a flying fuck about him at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It was so blah.
Yeah, cool, you're coming. And who gives a shit about you, mate? Like, as soon as you made those comments on Twitter, we don't want anything to do with you. Just piss off.
Yeah. So I think that was a pretty quick one. What do you think, Michelle?
I'm gonna go with Brock. I think he needs to retain. Rollins has had a very uninteresting reign. And honestly, I think it's time for a new big guy to take over as the WWE Universal Champion. And I think that Brock needs to drop the belt to his replacement. I would like to see Lashley, Strowman, McIntyre, someone along those lines, build up a storyline with them and have Brock drop it to them at a later date.
You can't forget Baron Corbin. I'm just messing with you. Don't worry, I'm
I
just
would
messing
like to see Baron Corbin. I'm a Baron Corbin fan. I was loving the push, and I was hoping that he would win, but he seemed to drop off the face of the planet.
Yeah,
Right? We haven't seen him at all.
Yeah, we
absolutely.
haven't. I'm
Oh.
okay with not seeing him, I guess.
Yeah,
He has go away
I
heat
think he's
for
a
me.
great. Yeah, he's a great heel. I love him.
Yeah, he does his job with me because I get infuriated when I hear about him and Shane McMahon. I'm like, come on. But you know what? I do enjoy watching Baron Corbin wrestle. I just hate all his promos. Baron Corbin is one hell of a right. He got a nice arsenal, and he can work, but he needs to work on his selling a little bit more. I guess.
yeah.
I guess if I want to nitpick at him.
I think the good thing about Baron Corbin is he actually does get real good heat about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody can get good heat with him. Like, everybody knows wrestling is fabricated. It's all scripted and all that stuff. And even these days, the bad guys still get some good cheers in them. But you never hear a good cheer from Baron Corbin, and that's just amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let me ask you something. Who is your favorite wrestler in WWE right now who can actually make you feel like they're a completely different person to who they are in real life?
That's a good one. But first person I can think of, I can go with Aleister Black. I like him a lot. He's somebody I enjoy. That I'm happy they're giving him the push he has. If you follow him on or Twitter or Instagram, you see him on his promos talking about darkness this, darkness that. But just recently, he just treated some fan because she accidentally released a video of her beating her dog or something like that. Go check out his
Yeah,
Twitter. There's a whole thread about it. It's probably deleted, but it's the internet. You can find it. And
Yeah.
he showed compassion, and he just showed human to be a human and care for the animal. And that lady or whoever that was a disgusting freak. So
Mhm.
I can to me now emotionally invested into him because okay, I guess in some way you can relate to him. I'm like, okay, he has two sides to him. I think everybody has two sides to them, and I think that's where wrestling comes into play. You use that as an escape
Yeah.
hatch, and even if
yeah,
you don't want to call it an escape hatch because you're confident as ever, but it's a portal to a different world, you know. And I think that's where all of us as fans enjoy the hell out of it because we love what's on
Yeah.
the other side.
I
yeah,
agree.
completely.
I would go with Strowman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah. Because
Strowman,
he
Strowman.
yeah, I've been following Strowman since the beginning. I love Strowman. I follow him on Instagram and all his stuff. And he does. He's got this side to him that is very cool and down to earth. And, he likes all kinds of music and he does all these
Yeah,
cool things, the hunting and the cars, and he's just this big teddy bear. And seeing that side of him with
he loves
Alexa Bliss.
karaoke.
Yeah, karaoke and just he's the kind of guy that you want to hang out with.
Yeah,
He's cool. But yet on TV, when they're booking him properly, he's this,
it's unstoppable.
insane, huge monster that just destroys people and it's great.
Yeah,
I hope that they go back to that.
in time, he's getting squash matches again, so that's a sign of a push, just a
Mm-hmm.
tiny sign. I think I've seen him more in WWE.com videos than in the ring lately.
Well, there's rumors that he's having issues with his knees again. So I think they're trying to preserve.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true. Take care of the big guy. Big guys
Yeah.
need some more rest than the others.
Yeah.
So what say you,
absolutely.
Jason? And how about you answer your own question?
I've been following this person since NXT when they when they were managing Blake and Murphy, which is Alexa Bliss. I've been following Alexa Bliss
Oh.
since early NXT days, and far out, she's come along a long way. Like she can get real heat, real good, and you can completely believe she's a real bitch word in real life. But when you watch it, when you watch that the WWE 24 documentary on her, she's like a cupcake basically. She's like she owns a little pig and all. Like you can't. After you've seen that video, you can't hate her. You just see her and it's like have a big smile on your face. Like god damn it, she's so sweet, so lovely. Her and her pig is hilarious to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta have her on Instagram. You have to.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
need to.
she's a very good-hearted person. She's
Yeah.
a good soul, and yet she plays this complete opposite, and it fits her, you know.
It does.
That
It really
does fit her.
does. Yeah.
So let's
Like-
segue
Okay.
since we have we're talking about female wrestlers. Let's go to Bailey versus Ember Moon, and I'm gonna top it off. I have Bailey winning because I'm not really. There's not much going on. You got face versus face, competitor versus competitor, but I think that's about it. There's not really much else. Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like Tim
There's no
mentioned in our
storyline.
yeah, just Tim mentioned in our last review. It's just Bailey's an honorable champion, and she wants Ember to be 100%, but that's it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, Bailey 100%, no doubt. I could see something like where Ember Moon sort of, decks her from behind after congratulating her from a win. But again, Bailey will go for the win, and Ember Moon will just, fade to dust, fade to nowhere. Because again, I've read reports where Vince just not a big fan of her anyway. So it's like. Well, I've already read reports of Vince not even a big fan of it. Like, why support her anyway?
Yeah.
Right now, like, don't get me wrong, I love her talent, I love her look, I love everything about her. But if the higher ups don't see much in her, it's like, so why should we? In a way, right now, I want her to win, but yeah, I say Bailey for the win again.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah. I mean, personally, it would be cool if Ember Moon won, but
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. I honestly, I could care less about this match, and I think a lot of fans feel the same way. There's just, first of all,
It's a
there's no
filler
emphasis
match.
on the SmackDown Women's Belt. There's really not. And going forward, storyline wise, I don't think it really matters who wins or who loses. Maybe if Ember loses, we might see a heel turn, and kind of push her in a heel direction and have her go that way going forward. But I don't really see. Yeah, I think this is just a filler match, and Bailey will retain just for the sake of retaining.
Nice. Totally. We're pretty much agreeing on all these matches.
Yeah.
Question: is there any SmackDown women that are heel that hasn't returned? Like, could we see a Sasha Banks return? Maybe turn on Bailey or something at the end of the match.
Only heels I can think of is there's no one meaner than Tamina and the Riot Squad. That was the worst slogan I've ever heard. Oh, and Nia Jax.
Ruby
Nia
Riot
Jax,
return,
actually.
maybe. Maybe a Ruby Riot return.
Didn't she just have surgery on her elbow or something recently?
Yeah, something like
is
that.
she still out?
Yeah, she's gonna be out for a while. I think maybe Nia Jax. You can't go wrong with Nia Jax as a heel.
Yeah,
or
Bailey needs that person.
Liv Morgan.
Yes.
They wanted to repackage Liv Morgan. She said that, she's going to come back as something different. So maybe we might see her.
I would love for that Rain video to be something special into, what her character actually is. Maybe go from this like wholehearted person to a very gothic type girl, could be something different, and we could see that with against Bailey or something like that. Could be a thought, but we'll see what happens with her. Sorry, what were you going to say, Louis?
Well, yeah, I mean, oh god, I spaced out for a quick sec. Sorry, something flew in my eye.
Trust me, I've been having eye problems all day. Yeah.
I mean, gosh, I lost my train of thought. Can you ask me the question one last time?
We were talking about heel women on SmackDown.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yes.
just not Jax. I mean, I can't think of really much. I think it's too early for Liv to come. For some reason, I think I would rather see her on the Tuesday episode of SmackDown or Raw, whatever episode, whatever side she's on, because we don't really know.
Yeah.
And
He
then
really needs to sort that out.
she did finally post something on Twitter. She posted a picture of her in a black outfit and said day one. So that's maybe a tease.
Oh, okay. Yep.
She's not really changing because she was a heel. She had a tiny face moment on the freaking SmackDown / Raw reunion, or the town hall for Shane McMahon. She turned to a babyface for like what 10 seconds, lost in another 10 seconds. So to me, I'm like, if she comes back as a heel, I'm not buying into it because you never really changed from where you originally were in the first place. So I wouldn't be too invested in her. So I would rather see her come back as a babyface, a strong babyface.
Yeah. Question. So speaking of like which people go, but is there much validity to the earlier reports of the month of WWE wanting to? Sorry, Paul and Eric both wanting to do a WWE draft, a proper one, after SummerSlam? At all? Is there much validity to that? I heard earlier.
I don't know. I've been hearing that for a while. I hope that is the route that they go. I don't really mind the wild card too much. I just think it's not being used the right way. A proper the word escapes me now. Draft, yes. A proper draft I think would be great, especially now that you have Paul and Eric.
Yeah. There's a lot of confusion on some people on which brands they are on, to be fair. I'm already getting mixed up half the time. At first, I thought Ziggler was a Raw star, then, he was putting on a SmackDown, then his thing said Raw. It's like, what is he doing? What show is he on? And as we said about Sami Zayn earlier, a lot of people think he'll be a SmackDown star. In reality, he's actually a Raw star. If they didn't have that little name thing at the start, he would get confused as heck. So I think, again, a proper draft, scrapping everything and starting all over again, would be a beneficial, especially if they're going to bring in a new set for both Raw and SmackDown very, very soon, which I've also been hearing about. So,
and I think both guys can pull a lot of good things off if they do this. If they end the brand split, I mean, or if they do this draft, because Paul Heyman can make anybody look like gold, and I think Eric Bischoff could do the same, just with his kind of just with his presence, if done right. Not as good as Paul Heyman, but he could definitely make somebody look good, just because of his presence, in my opinion.
Yes, 100%. I'd say Paul is definitely working on a younger talent and helping them grow and all that stuff, while Eric is very, very good at the veterans, and obviously you see that in WCW, and obviously even not much of veterans. If you've got a guy working there for 3-4 years and you've seen a bit of him, he'll know straight away what to do with them. As for Paul, he works with somebody who works. If you have one match, he'll know what to do with you straight away. Essentially. Yeah, so they're both great with both different things, and I think WWE fans give Eric a very little credit with what he's actually done in his past life. So, I'm actually interested to see what happens after SummerSlam ends. So see how things go then.
I'll agree with that about Eric.
Yeah.
Nice. So,
And
all
so
right,
the
let's.
last match I have is Dolph Ziggler versus Goldberg.
Gerberg. Like every time I see Goldberg, I think about freaking Bill Gilberg or whatever.
Gilberg, Goldberg.
I mean, I can predict this match now, and I can do it in 5 seconds, just as long as that match is going to be the spear, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3, Goldberg for the win.
I'm actually going the other way around. I actually think the concussion will win this match. The bang to the head. I see that winning first.
Oh man, I hope he stops that junk.
Nah,
I want
honestly,
Dolph Ziggler to win.
That'd be a
Dolph
major
Ziggler?
surprise.
Yeah, that would definitely be a surprise. Like,
yeah, because I get that Goldberg wants to redeem himself after that last match, and that's fine. And if the WWE wants to indulge him with that, I'm okay with that. But Dolph Ziggler, you have been building up this storyline. You haven't been doing much with him. He's been losing in the past. Now you're kind of giving him this. If you make him lose, you've completely, his credit is shot.
Absolutely.
There's really nothing you can do with him going forward. So I feel like Vince needs to put his money where his mouth is and do what's best for business and give Dolph the win, because storyline going forward, you have a lot more with Dolph than even if Goldberg sticks around for a couple more matches, you're not going to be able to do much with him. Dolph, on the other hand, you can lead up to Dolph versus HBK, which is what everybody wants to see.
Yeah, I want to see that. I really want to see that, and I don't even like Dolph Ziggler.
I love Dolph Ziggler, and to be fair, it would give some validity. Yeah, definitely. But I did hear like a funny story where I don't know, the WWE wants to bring in the next Legend Killer or something like that, and even Randy Orton's old theme song too, which I found a bit funny. And even if that is true, it would give a bit more validity to, okay, if you haven't beat Goldberg, then yes, absolutely, go fight Shawn Michaels at maybe Elimination Chamber or somewhere big. Just do something special with him. Like, if you don't want him to, go after, let's say, Kevin Owens or somebody again and again and again, and keep losing to these guys, then have him lose to someone big and major like Shawn Michaels, where you still get a great match out of it, and he don't lose as much credit as you believe.
Nice. That'd be a really good story.
And they don't have to squash Goldberg. They don't have to do a squash match. They can do, let him do the 2 moves that he does. That poor excuse of a spear, and you can massage his ego a little bit if you really need to, but honestly, Dolph needs to win it. And I hate Goldberg, and
it'd be nice to see Ziggler win, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with the non-logical side, because that seems to be the best way to win predictions.
I'm gonna go the opposite of you, Louis. I'm gonna go with Ziggler, because one, he's a great heel and he's a great wrestler, and I think if he could do something like cheat Goldberg of winning in a way of Goldberg getting ready for the spear and he's already towards the corner, he could let go one of the corner pads, and Goldberg can go run into that, and you get Ziggler coming in for what do they call
zigzag?
it? No, you can go for the zigzag, but you can go for the dirty pin.
Oh, okay.
Pull his ties back and go underneath.
Yeah.
And do that. Something like that. That'd be, you don't hurt Goldberg too much because you already hurt himself, and you get Ziggler the fantastic win out of it.
I think
that would be awesome.
I think the best way for me, if Ziggler was to come out the victor, I think it would be Goldberg. Yeah, just like you said, missing the spear, and then Dolph Ziggler capitalizes, and then just completely William Regals him and embarrasses him, because that's the story, you know. He's embarrassing. Yep. All the legends are embarrassing. So come on, that's what I would love to see.
But I think it would look even better if the pad wasn't there. So if you take the pad out, he goes in, you do the roll up pin after it, clean. You don't hurt Goldberg too much, and you just get enough over Ziggler, and then you go for Michaels. Yeah, because if you got, let's say you got the pads there and Goldberg just misses, like, okay, sure, just hit the padding a little bit, blah, blah, blah. But then if you got the no padding, then you know he's actually hurt there.
You can hear JR in the background. He hit the turnbuckle. He hit the turnbuckle. So, man, always trying to put JR's voice everywhere.
Yes.
Bonus question, guys. What is going on with the tag team championships across all 3 tag team championships?
Oh, not one match is on the card at all.
I know, that's sad. You got the OC's gonna make an appearance, and so are the New Day, but they're going there to be on the sidelines, which is sad to me.
Yeah, and they did the women's on Tuesday.
Yeah, you guys saw that. They just announced it. They're gonna have Kabuki Warriors against the Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Let's see what they end up calling themselves.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. There is one more match. It is Drew Gulak versus Oney Lorcan for the Cruiserweight Championship. I don't watch 205 Live, but I do keep up with all the dirt on them, and